Okay. So I'm literally dying. I'm so excited.
We're
that
sliving.
We're sliving. We're sliving for this icon. She is an actual true homecoming queen, as Holly is as well.
Royalty in the house.
Royalty. She is a staple of Queer AF. She's one of our really good friends. She helps us out with one of our other shows. I mean, really. She also has a show coming up on the 16th called All My Friends Are Hot. Oh, it's a drag, burlesque, and comedy show.
That's so hot.
That's insane.
Fuck.
Okay, are you guys ready for Georgia GA?
What is up, everybody? How's it going? Woo! I was so excited to be asked to be on the prom show. I grew up in Alabama. I know, shocker with this accent, and my name being Georgia. But I started going to prom in 8th grade. Yeah, I got asked in 7th grade, but I was like, oh, that's too young. So I was like, my 14-year-old ass is much more mature. It wasn't even there. But yeah, it was like some senior in high school wanted to take my scrawny little ass to prom. Yeah, at the time I didn't think anything of it, but now I'm like, oh, I was the origin of someone's villain story there, you know, like, not a cool guy now, for sure. But I always loved going to prom. I tried to like look like I did when I went to prom, body glitter and all. Like I was that girl at Bath and Body with all of the body glitter, you know. But I went to high school in like the early 2000s. That's what, like, I'm probably significantly older than this lovely Holly that's before me. When did you graduate high school? 2015. Yep. Okay. Fuck me. Anyway, or don't. I don't know that there might be a legal repercussion for that. I don't know. But yeah, I was going to high school in the early 2000s, which brings me to what I want to talk about today. Yes, that was my intro. This is my set. You're welcome. I like to let people know where I'm at in my set so they like can level their expectations. All right? You're like, oh, okay, that was that. Let's get into it. So a little pop quiz for everybody. What is one of the nation's tragedies that occurred in the fall of 2001? That also happened. But what I am wanting to bring attention to is what I declare one of the nation's biggest tragedies, which was the release of Shallow Hal in November of 2001. So for those of you that aren't familiar with this classical piece of cinema, Shallow Hal is about Jack Black. Familiar? Yeah. Jack Black is so superficial and shallow that dating is just tough for him. You know, he is just like, why don't any of these beautiful women want to date me, Jack Black? So he is so shallow to the fact that Tony Robbins has to hypnotize him so he can see the inner beauty of people. Just that sentence in one, like, wow. Okay, and then, like, okay, at that moment, he meets Gwyneth Paltrow, who he sees as Gwyneth Paltrow. And so, all of a sudden, things make sense. Of course, Gwyneth Paltrow wants to date me, Jack Black, known for my superficial appearance alone. And at that moment, it makes sense for him. But here's the trick, everybody. She was fat the whole time. Yes. Gwyneth Paltrow in a fat suit, the hero we didn't want. I think it's just phenomenal that 2 months after what was considered our nation's darkest hour, they were like, what is the rally call that will bring everybody together and heal? Fat people can also be hot. Wow, I know, blew my mind. And that's the message I got when I was 11. And so growing up in the South, they give you so much butter. And you're like, it's not my fault this happened. You gave me biscuits, okay? But hearing that thing, you're just like, man, if only I could be hot on the outside like I'm hot on the inside. So my message was like, let's be as hot as we can be on the inside. However, I got reversed shallow how, and then I didn't really realize that like any of the other part was true. I just knew I was hot, you know? And then my parents were like, hey, let's buy you a gym subscription. And I was like, oh, cool. Love that for me. But it's okay. I know I'm fat, okay? It's cool. I'm definitely fat, but I'm also hot. And here's the thing. Thank you so much. I didn't need Gwyneth Paltrow in a fat suit to tell me this. The thing is like, being from Alabama, I could be a lot worse things than fat, all right? I could be boring. I could be Republican. You know, like, we're lucky that this is what we got, you know? But my thing is like, being fat is one thing, but like, think about it. Some of the first sculptures were of like some great, beautiful, voluptuous women. People were like, this is such a moment that I need to carve it out of rock. You know what I'm saying? And so, okay, a little bit conspiracy, and then I'll leave you on your way to celebrate this happy occasion of prom. Just a little conspiracy. Nothing makes the night better than that. I believe that the patriarchy, fuck the patriarchy. I believe the patriarchy made us all believe that we were, as people, meant to be tiny and small and shrink ourselves so they can have more control. Because if all of us were comfortable in our own bodies and feeling as hot as we really are, that fire from within us, because we're so hot, would fucking burn their shit down, okay? So, thank you all. Thank you all for having me at this very hot prom, literally and figuratively. And yes, please come to my show on the 16th. We'll be at Great Notions. All my friends are hot, and you are now all not abducted. I mean, maybe, I don't know. You all have been inducted into the Hot Friend Fan Club. Also, just want to give another shout out. The first mic I ever did was at Covert, and I'm just so appreciative of Joe specifically, because he made me feel too confident after my first mic. And so it's his fault that I'm here, but I'm very appreciative. Thank you guys so much. Give it up for Mac and Aaliyah.